Liquidations, sell-offs, government shutdowns, SEC warnings, crypto expansion, XP price talk at the end.
Due to the graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
It's painful to watch as the 7-day for most cryptos flashes red, but it's giving y'all an opportunity to buy things on sale instead. Before we get into crypto news, your comments come first because you, the viewer, matter most. Giuseppe Russo says, honestly, bro, you're a cold-headed, smart motherfucker. Respect to the point in horizontal views. Appreciate that. Super Street says, along with the don't eat yellow snow, don't whiz on the electric fence. That's right, Jerome definitely did a little bit of peeing in our Cheerios. Jeremy Touche says, Klaus, I think I have the question of the year from you. Dropping support on the channel and much appreciated, sir. Who do bankers, investors, etc. call if something happens or goes wrong with Bitcoin? I would assume there is no one you could call. However, if something happens to XRP, you have someone you can call, correct? Is this even something people should consider? Am I just stupid? It's not about, like, someone to call if stuff goes wrong. Because, like, let's say you do get scammed on XRP. You can't get your money back, right? So you can't call Ripple and be like, yo, help me out with that. Now, in terms of regulation, this is what was used against Ripple, right? Against XRP. For Bitcoin, they couldn't go after a group of people, so they went after, like, the environmental impact on it. Great question, Jeremy. Bitcoin sitting at, oh, man. Have you ever just woken up and just felt like shit? I mean, like, yeah, like, I have. Like, I've had colds before and all that. But, yo, I woke up, looked at the heat map, was like, oh, this sucks. Did the first video. I was like, oh, this sucks. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of good out there. So let's get to the news. But let's eat this pain pill, right? Let's take a bite out of the old poop sandwich. Screw the heat map. We know it's red, but let's talk about things. Fear and greed, we're starting to scroll back a little bit. At 69 right now. Nice. That'd be a good thing to put a smile on my face. Altcoin season. Whoa. Sliding back to BTC dominance. Why? Well, it's pretty obvious. BTC is down 5%. ETH is down almost 10. BNB almost 7. Solana 11. XRP 8. Yeah, when you go to the 30-day, look at that. You got some red starting to poke through. The 7-day is like entirely red. That's not freaking good at all. But year to date, though, we're still really hot and spicy. Now let's get to some news. El Salvador, yeah, they want to kill crypto. And who am I talking about as they? I'm talking about traditional finance. El Salvador to discontinue the Bitcoin wallet Chivo in a $1.4 billion IMF deal. Basically, the IMF was like, look, we know you need some funding and we would like to help you. But we don't like the fact that you got into BTC because it makes us, banking associated people in traditional finance look like pieces of poop. And El Salvador was like, yeah, but you are pieces of poop. That's why we got into Bitcoin. And they're like, well, yeah, we understand that, but you need even more money than what you have. So you're going to have to follow our demands. Now, check this out. The IMF's demands were pretty simple. Number one, don't force people into BTC. What El Salvador did was they made Bitcoin what everyone legal tender. They forced businesses to accept it. So if you went into a business, you were like, yo, want to pay with this with Bitcoin? I mean, that'd be dumb as fuck, but like, you're like, yo, want to pay with this Bitcoin? They'd be like, okay, I'm gonna have to. The government mandated it. Now, it's optional. The other thing was the discontinuing of the Chivo wallet. Stacey Herbert, director of El Salvador's National BTC office, said the decision was part of its agreement with the IMF. Notably, Chivo's fate will not impact BTC laws in the country, and Bitcoin will remain as available as legal tender under the IMF. But it's not forced upon businesses to accept it as payments. Now, people were given rewards for signing up with the Chivo wallet, which probably helped its initial adoption. But El Salvador also bought a whole bunch of BTC. They were buying the dips, buying the tips, and they made a lot of money. The reality is, though, is their economic situation is poor, and they do have to kowtow to traditional finance. And traditional finance is what's putting a big red thing up on our screen, peeing in our Cheerios and peeing on what everyone, the third rail. Now, we talk about adoption happening in waves. Here's a good example for you. Hong Kong accelerates crypto licensing with the approval of 4 new exchanges. So we talk about more people getting into crypto, buying, store value, that whole play. We've still got countries out there that are approving exchanges and figuring out what the regs are. Hell, we still have countries out there where crypto is banned. So in terms of adoption, you're going to have waves and waves and waves of this. These approvals bring the total number of licensed exchanges under Hong Kong's regulatory framework to 7. The SFC, similar to the SEC here in the United States, launched its virtual asset trading platform licensing regime in June of 2023. This is what they said. Our proactive engagement ensures that platforms fully understand and meet our regulatory standards, enabling a faster and more efficient approval process. I like that. By the way, if you want to read more about any of the articles I share in this video, it's all linked where everyone you know in the description below. So you got some Hong Kong action. You're gonna have countries out there like a year from now, 2 years from now, just legalizing crypto, and you're like, but bro, they're gonna miss out. And it's not about missing out. It's just about the different waves of money that are going to come into the market. And this happens with any new technology. I mean, look, let's zoom out just a little bit, right? And be humble about this. High-speed internet. Yeah, a lot of us take it for granted. There's a shitload of places in this world that don't even have internet, period, let alone high-speed internet. And the internet's been around for quite some long time, even back to the like AOL sounding shit, right? So even though we have internet, not everyone has access to high internet. And even though crypto is big, not everyone has access to crypto. Now let's learn. Let's talk about RLUSD. Launch, good, right? News of launch was good. Launching was good. News of the launch gave us price action. Announcement of the approval gave us price action. Launch, not really giving us too much price action, but that's because Jerome peed in the Cheerios. Not only did Jerome pee in the Cheerios, he also said, yo, Federal Reserve, our job isn't to buy and hold BTC. The laws would have to change for that to happen. And you're like, Klaus, in the intro, didn't you say something about change in governments? Yeah, government shutdown. SEC. Check this out. The SEC is preparing for a shutdown. The agency announced that it will prioritize crucial functions such as market integrity and investor protection. The agency has clarified that its internal Edgar database system, which is used, will also remain optional. However, they are forced to pause some non-essential operations. On Wednesday, the House of Representatives delayed a vote on bipartisan government funding bill. Basically, government shutdowns again. And you're like, but wait a minute, didn't we vote on something a while ago? Yeah, it was a temporary stopgap bill, which just added some more dead-a-roni to the whole things, and you can't keep kicking the can down the road. So not only is the market red because Jerome and the traditional finance bros out there want to piss on crypto, want to ruin it as much as possible before January 20th, we also have the financial catastrophe that is the United States government and government shutdowns, because it's not just the SEC. This is government agency-wide, all right? No wonder Trump wanted Elon and Ramaswamy to take and do the whole DOGE thing, right? Department of Governmental Efficiency. They need to find ways to save money because we are spending like drunken sailors. Shout out to the Navy friends out there. Love ya, but y'all do party hard when you do come to shore, and especially when you got cash. All right, so government shutdown, bad for markets. Jerome Powell pissing on crypto, bad for markets. IMF telling El Salvador, listen, bitch boys, you got to ditch your wallet. You also have to ditch the fact that it's mandatory to take BTC as a payment. They did. They caved because they need money. Speaking of money, Brad Garlinghouse is like, yo, RLUSD is the fuel that we need. RLUSD will be an amazing profit tool for Ripple as a company, but we need to see if it does anything juicy with XRP. Now, like I said earlier, it did do something juicy on the announcement of the approval from New York. It also was juicy price-wise for when they said, yo, we're going to be launched on the 17th. Now then, when it launches, we obviously know other things crushed that rally. So, Brad's right. RLUSD is going to be big. It's going to be good. It's already bringing some big juice to volume. Check this out. Volume right now, up 63% for XRP at 25.36. You're like, Klaus, why are you bringing up volume on a red day? This really sucks, dude. Because when you have a lot of volume, you're relevant in the market. People want to play with you. When you have a lot of volume, exchanges want to list you. Hong Kong, exchanges are going to be listing things that are hot. No one wants to list stuff that sucks and has no volume. Exchanges want to make money. Where do they make money? They make money on transactions and volume. So, launch hot, spicy, naughty, relevant products, and guess what? You're going to have players want to play in your backyard. Now, in terms of crypto overall, volume is up big time, right? Market volatility. This is good for exchanges. It's good for launching products. And don't forget, in 2025, we're going to have an XRP ETF. Why are we going to have an ETF? Because there's a lot of people that want to play with XRP. You're going to have your red days. And in fact, if we zoom out to the month, yeah, we've had quite a few red days. We've had quite a few tests. We've had quite a few times where news was out there negative regards to crypto. But we've dealt with this for the last 2 freaking years. How about I zoom out a little bit and go like this? Look at the 1 year. This was all crypto bashing, kicking in the nuts, peeing in the Cheerios, which, by the way, Cheerios are really good. Just throwing it out there. Cheerios are really good. And now what are we dealing with? Some pullbacks in price. We can't rocket ship every day. We can't do fake moon landings all the time. We can't lie about, oh, we're going to send people to Mars. No. You got to pull back every once in a while. You got to have these red days where a lot of you out there said you're buying the dip. Now, I want to ask you a big question, because I know I got Doge fans in the house. I know I got XLM fans in the house. And some of these are down some pretty big double-digit percentages. What are you doing? Are you buying the tip? Are you in hodl mode? Are you selling and waiting for a lower position? Let me know in the comments down below. So I told you my job is to bring the news, whether it's good or sad, happy or bad. And today's the days that I don't like bringing the news because it's super red on the screen. And you see that tug of war between traditional finance and crypto finance, digital finance, better way to say it. And that tug of war is something that we're going to be battling for a while here. Just because January 20th happens doesn't mean that all of a sudden crypto is awesome again. What about the UK? The UK doesn't benefit from January 20th political change over here in the United States. What about Canada? You're still waiting for femboy Trudeau up there to cave in, right? Then once then he's gone, then you got the other guy that could swing and play. That'd be even better for Canada. That'd be cool, right? But it's all happening at different times. And you're seeing traditional finance right now backed by big bankeronis going, yo, this is still our backyard. You haven't got anything going yet in terms of regs. You don't have the XRP ETFs. You still got the case going on with the SEC. Oh, government shut down because we're broke? Fuck yeah, got that covered for you too. See, traditional finance is awesome at bending you over. It's also awesome at giving you opportunities to buy the dips. That's why I wanted to hear from you. How are your feelings regarding this? Because I got to be honest with you. If anyone is freaking out right now, I completely understand it. But I would ask you this question in return. Then what the heck were you doing over the last couple of years? Because the last couple of years was way worse than what we're dealing with now. Last couple of years was XRP between 30 cents and 50 cents. And we were talking how often? Oh, I hope XRP can hold 40 cents this weekend. Oh, I hope we can at least try to touch 50 cents. Yeah, and that wasn't too long ago. And here we are complaining about $2.20-something cent XRP. Yo, as long as we stay above 220 going into January 20th, it's a win. You just have to weather some shitstorms every once in a while, and this is definitely one of them. Last weekend, not a few days ago, but the weekend before that was what? The 60 Minutes hit piece. This was Jerome Powell and traditional finance taking a bite out of crypto. What will the next one be? How about more government shutdown stuff which rattles the markets? Fears of the United States collapsing on debt. Yeah, that could always bring crypto down. But think of all the good that we have coming on the horizon. Think of those Hong Kong exchanges firing up. Think about some of our other viewer friends out there watching that have complete knob gobblers for government officials, and we're hoping for them to get out of the way so we can get juicier regs, so we can get a government that works for the people. But it's gonna take time. So take your lumps, take your bruises, but make sure you always fight back. Choo-choo, bitches.